Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Destiny video. Today Fantasy Flight released a few more spoilers for Empire at War. These come from the Chance Cube, so there'll be a link in the description where you can check out their article and look at the spoilers there as well. I'm just going to give my impressions on these. We're going to go through them. First card up here is General Rieekan, Defensive Mastermind. 12 or 15 points if you want to run a single or run him at elite. He has 11 health, so pretty high health. And his sides are he has a 1 focus, a 2 focus, a shield, a 2 shield, a resource, and a blink. And the ability, after you activate this character, you may discard a card from the top of the opponent's deck for each of your other characters with 1 or more shields. So he already has 2 shield sides, so he can shield up whoever he's paired with. As well as, let's say, you're running a deck that runs yellow. So let's say you're running maybe Rieekan Padme or any other yellow character, I suppose, and you want to use diplomatic immunity, that will allow you to spread shields between multiple characters. Let's say you're running a 3-character team, you activate him, and your other 2 characters both have shields. Your opponents are going to be discarding the top 2 cards of their deck whenever he activates. So let's say in a build, let's say you're running him, Snap, and maybe just like a generic yellow character, like something like a what are they? Something like a hired gun or something like that. So basically, what you're going to do, you can basically just put the hired gun in there to get access to diplomatic immunity. Roll out diplomatic immunity, resolve the shields onto multiple characters, and then let's say you activate Rieekan, discard 2 cards. And let's say you have Snap as well. Let's say Snap or any other red character or any other unique red character. You can't play leadership on them. Let's say you roll out Rieekan, resolve his stuff. You then exhaust. You play leadership, exhaust your other unique red character. So like Snap, Akbar, anybody like that, Mon Mothma. You exhaust them. You activate Rieekan again, and then you mill 2 more cards. So you're looking at milling with his activation. If you're running a 3-character team, you're looking at getting rid of 4 cards per round, which is pretty good. In addition to other ways you can mill in Hero Red with like Spynet, where if you have focus or if you roll focus, you discard the top card of a deck. Rieekan has a bunch of it. He has 2 focus sides. If you're running Padme, she also has a focus. And then there's all the upgrades like Maz's goggles if you're running yellow, which get access to even more focus. So General Rieekan is a pretty interesting character. I see him being built primarily into mill decks or decks that are running maybe a couple other characters that you can just focus into damage with. But that is General Rieekan. He's looking pretty cool. We're going to move into our next card. And the next card is Chance Cube. It's 0 resources for a neutral gray upgrade equipment. 1 resource, 2 resource, 3 resources, 3 blanks. Before you activate the attached character, return this upgrade to your hand unless you spend 1 resource. So you play it, it'll go to your opponent, come back to you. You'll then either have to decide to return it to your hand or spend 1 resource to essentially like activate that character. And then you have a good chance of hitting one of the resource sides. But there are also 3 blanks. So you have a 50-50 chance to at least make the resource back that you spent to keep it in play. You might make more. You might make 2 resources. You might make 3, but you also might just roll blanks. This could be a good die, though, that if you're forced to turn one of your dice to a side showing a blank, you can go from a blank to another blank. Normally, when you turn a die, you are required to actually move it from side to side. You can't just say it's on a blank. I'm turning it to that blank. So anything that has more than 1 blank can be turned to the other blank if your opponent plays something like manipulate or something like that. So there is that. So you do have the opportunity to make 3 resources off of it. I could see this going well in an Unkar deck, where Unkar is making a ton of money already, that it's not really going to hurt him or hurt that deck to spend the resource to be able to roll this and then make maybe even more resources. If you roll the 3 and you have Unkar's +2, you can get 5 resources out of it, and so on. I think it's going to be very situational, and it's going to really only work in certain decks, but I'm interested to see if anybody runs this competitively. So that's the Chance Cube. We're going to move into our next card. And the next card we have here is Secret Mission. Blue Hero Event, 0 resources. Choose a color, blue, red, yellow, or gray. Then discard the top card of the opponent's deck. If that card is a chosen color, gain 1 resource. So obviously, if you're playing against a monocolored deck, this is probably going to hit more often than not. Some monocolored decks will be running gray cards like Vibro Knives, Holdout Blasters, possibly Flank, or other gray cards. But even if you, let's say you're playing against emo kids and you choose blue, and let's say they discard a vibro knife, you still discard that vibro knife. You just don't get the resource for it being the right color. So you can still get rid of a card. You just won't get that extra resource. So again, that's why playing against a mono deck, you're more likely to hit the right color and get that extra resource as well. And I also like that this is a 0 cost event. I also like the fact that you can have a playset of this in your deck and a playset of Return of the Jedi. So you play Secret Mission, discard the card, maybe get a resource. You play your other Secret Mission again, maybe you get a resource out of that, but you still discard a card, and then you can Return of the Jedi one of them back to your hand. Use the other Return of the Jedi to get the other one, and play them again. So you can essentially mill. If you play each of these twice, you're going to be milling 4 cards. So Secret Mission plays once, Return of the Jedi, play it again, play Secret Mission again, Return of the Jedi, and get the other one back. So you can mill 4 cards. So in the Rieekan Padme deck I was talking about earlier, splashing a non-unique blue character might not be a bad idea because you get access to this event that helps you mill, maybe get resources, and then you can also, if you have that blue character, you get access to Return of the Jedi as well, and maybe you get access to stuff like Force Speed because that does have the focus on it. Obviously, you want that to hit the thing where you can do multiple actions. So you can run Force Speed on like a Padawan or something like that, just to be able to get those 2 extra actions, which would let you maybe like play Secret Mission, or activate Rieekan, discard cards, play Leadership on the other red character, untap Rieekan, roll him again with the special on Force Speed. So I really like Secret Mission, and it looks like they're adding a lot more mill cards or a lot more options for mill decks in general. And I've never actually been super successful with mill decks, but it looks like there's going to be some really cool options coming out. So we're going to move into our very last card. We'll be right back with that. And the final card for today is Hidden Agenda. 1 resource, yellow neutral upgrade. So you pay 1 resource, play this on a character. Before you play an event, you may discard this upgrade from play to decrease the cost of that event by 2. So I like that it's neutral. So let's say you're running a double Death Trooper deck and maybe Bala, so like a 28-point deck. You play this on one of your characters for 1 resource. You get resources throughout the game, maybe. You then get, let's say one of your Death Troopers gets defeated. You then can play, if you discard this, you can play Endless Ranks for 3 resources. So you get one of your Death Troopers back. I think this is also going to work really well with Jin. So you play this on Jin, or any other yellow character you're pairing with Jin, but I mean, usually I play Jin with a Rebel Commando, Elite Jin, single Commando. Play this on Jin for 1 resource. And then, of course, she has her ability where the first yellow event you play is decreased by 1. So you can play a 1-drop or a 1-cost event for free. But also, this makes events such as Reversal and Never Tell Me the Odds even cheaper for Jin. So let's say I have this on Jin, Never Tell Me the Odds. Normally, it's going to cost 3 resources. Jin will drop that by 1. This will drop that by 2, so you can actually play Never Tell Me the Odds for free. Again, then if you have Infamous, you can give it Ambush, focus all your yellow dice, and do a bunch of damage. So this is going to work really well with that. I think it's going to work well in red yellow villain decks if you're running like just non-unique red characters like Stormtroopers, Death Troopers, TIE pilots. You can bring them back for even less with Endless Ranks with Hidden Agenda. So that's going to do it for today's spoilers. Again, these came from the Chance Cube, so there'll be a link in the description where you can check out our article on these spoilers. I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.